Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones. Empaths. The narcissist is a psychological mess. They're completely decrepit, twisted, weirdos, right? And in their minds, they're seriously screwed up. They're seriously screwed up. Now, when you add that in with meeting someone like yourself, who's a potent source of supply, who's loving, who's kind, who's empathetic, this is complete opposites, right? And this is how they become so inundated in your life. They get so tied in there. Because this twisted weirdo facilitates themselves in such a way in all aspects of your life and totally controls and dominates your life. They control and dominate your existence, right? Now, they're not doing this for no reason. The narcissist involved in your life is not doing this for no reason. They're doing it because they receive feel-good hormones. This is like, you imagine you being starving. You're really hungry. And then you find someone that gives you loads of food. This is the way it's perceived in the vision of the narcissist. You're literally feeding them. You're making them feel alive. Just by your existence involved with them. And the reason it's so powerful is because you're complete opposites. Right? They experience euphoric rushes during the love bomb. If you're going through a love bomb with a narcissist involved in your life, you experience what you think is a good feeling. There is a connection there. There is a bond that is formed. It's not a stable bond. It's not a healthy bond. You know, it's not a bond that's nurtured and cherished, right? It's a really unhealthy bond and soul tie attachment that is there. So when you take you out of the scenario, for whatever reason, the narcissist involved in your life discarding you, the narcissist involved in your life reverse discarding you, or the narcissist involved in your life being cut off by yourself for becoming too toxic. Either or. They fill a very empty space, right? And when you add in what I said in the earlier segment about how they're so unstable, they're deranged, this absence causes them to be a psychological mess, to be psychologically really disturbed, right? You know, you've only got to imagine, you know, because the stubborn narcissist won't just realize the fact that they've lost you and struggle with your absence. They'll rush back out there trying to find someone. So imagine how hungry this narcissist is when it prowls for a new supply. When it's about to tame and court a new supply. Do you know how hungry they are? Because they're not receiving that same potency that they once received of you. They're not receiving that anymore. Right? So as the narcissist proceeds on, and then is looking at your social media, seeing you move on with your life, seeing you okay, perhaps even seeing you move on with someone else, the narcissist involved in your life is becoming seriously deranged. And then they get with the new individual. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help the brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. They get with another individual. Okay. And this individual that they get with doesn't turn out to be as potent as you were. This causes them to be even more psychologically disturbed and deranged and demented. They're seriously screwed up. The encounter with the chosen one has a tremendous toll on the well-being of the narcissist. It does. Because you're opposite ends of the spectrum. You're complete opposites. You felt an incredible connection at one point. You cannot deny. You felt an incredible connection with the narcissist involved in your life at one point. Yes, it was mixed with love bomb. Yes, it was mixed with abuse and devaluation and all sorts. But the love bomb side of things kept you ticking over. And they become such an important aspect of every part of your life. They completely take over. They completely consume you, right? They can have you doubting yourself. They can have you paranoid about the way you behave. They can have you walking on eggshells. They really take over the empath's life. And that's why there's a lot of inner work and healing that's got to be done after the encounter with the narcissist involved in your life has got to be done and taken seriously. Because they do have a real serious impact on the life of the chosen one, the empath. But given that, the same way you have an incredible impact on the life of the narcissist in a totally different way. Right? They're addicted to the feel-good feelings. They're addicted to the harmonious rush that they get. Right? They're addicted to that euphoric rush that they get from antagonizing you, from annoying you, from causing you pain. They miss that. They don't get the same reactions that were once given from these new individuals that they walk with. They're very much dependent upon the unique supply source that you provided for them. Right? But within inside the mind is someone getting seriously disturbed now. Because you're no longer in their life. They're spying on you through social media, seeing what you're doing. Or they're hearing from flying monkeys what you're doing. If they have those means. And if there's no means, if there's no flying monkeys, or they don't know what you're doing from social media because you're not on social media or whatever, then they're still getting driven insane. Because they've got someone in their face that's resembling everything that you're not. Right? They've got something in their face that's resembling everything you're not. So the narcissist is a real psychological mess when they meet you. The narcissist is a real psychological mess afterwards. And they're living with the mask. All of this is happening beneath the surface. They're operating with a mask. If you believe what the narcissist says or does as to be true, then you're not seeing the real bird's eye view of things. You're not seeing beneath the veil. Right? No one can come along in your life. Everything's energy. No one can come along in your life and make such an impact. And then on the other side of things, there's no byproduct. Right? You know? I don't know. A bomb drops or something, you know, you throw a massive stone into some mud. Right? There's a reaction on the other side of the mud. You know, like the mud will be indented. Like, this is what I'm saying. But there's a full force being thrown. You know, throw something full force. So either if you're the rock and the narcissist is the dirt, or vice versa, you can see there's a reaction from from anything that's done. Right? That was a bit of a bad example, but I'm trying to say that there's so much energy being used by both you and them. It creates an explosion. There is a bond. There is chemistry, and this is why it's a very unhealthy and sick and twisted bond that you're ensnared in and entrapped in as the victim of abuse. But the narcissist also feels that, right? It's not done on the same emotions that you do it with love and care, consideration, being courteous. It's not the same emotions or attributes that you share. It's twisted and warped ones because they're a psychological mess, you know. But all of your love and everything, there is a byproduct to that. And the byproduct of that is there is a reaction from the narcissist. They feel this. They feel the absence. And they're very hungry for that again. So they spy on you and get any remnants of supply. Or they try and make the new supply turn into you. They'll do weird sort of things. But don't think the narcissist gets out of this unscathed. You think you go through all this hurt and pain. and the narcissist just walked off happy-go-lucky. Nah, you're living in another world if you think that. It's not the case. The narcissist is fully dependent upon the supply source that was given by the narcissist. By the empath, sorry. They're fully dependent on the supply source that was given by the empath, the narcissist involved in your life. They're fully dependent upon that. They don't find it in other areas that they search. So, anyway, you know, they just don't find it. You know, they do not find it. And this is because you're complete opposites. You know, so just make sure you keep them cut off. They will hoover. They will try to reach out to you. They will try and keep that bond, whether it's a sick, even getting more and sick and twisted, the soul tie and the bond, you know, or whatnot. You know, there's an unhealthy bond there that needs to be severed by yourself. You need to cut them off. Make sure you don't communicate with them. Do not say no more to them. You know, you need to make sure of that, because they're sick and twisted and demented, and they're seriously psychologically disturbed now. They're a real psychological mess that's very hungry for supply of the potency that you gave. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got a secondary channel, a spiritual channel. Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.